Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also, share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there. Follow me across all my social media platforms and talk to me because I'll talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be talking Jets, all right? We'll do the live radio show. Come on in, join your boy. I take live callers. Call in. I love going back and forth with you folks about this football team. So with that said and done and put to the side, come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Denver Broncos. Oh, yes. We're on the road again. Okay? How we love to be on the road again. We're on the road. We're playing the Denver Broncos, and we're going to their house. All right? And boy, oh boy, is this a game, that the New York Jets need to get a W here. We need to get rolling again, get something in the W category so we can stack these wins. Now, we know there's been some things going on between the Jets coaching staff and the Broncos coaching staff, and that's where I want to start. I want to talk about coaching first. Listen, for those of you that do not know or don't remember, Sean Payton was talking crazy. I'm talking crazy. He was talking crazy about the New York Jets coaching staff this past offseason. He had a lot to say about how the New York Jets were acquiring players, talked about, us getting Aaron Rodgers. He talked about Coach Hackett, who used to be the head coach of the Denver Broncos before, things didn't work out. They ended up firing him. He talked crazy about Coach Hackett and having to basically, I'm paraphrasing, clean up a lot of the things that had been done there with him. And it was just wild. He also took a shot at Sulla. It was crazy, all right? And so when you look at that, listen, people can say this game is not personal. And the media even spoke with Coach Hackett recently and asked him, how do you feel going in there? You going in there against the Broncos with all that's been said and done? He just kind of said, hey, we got to go win a football game. This is going to be personal. It's personal. Come on. We've been waiting for this ever since they talked crazy. Ever since Sean Payton talked crazy about the New York Jets and the staff and the team. We've been waiting for this game. It's been circled on everyone's calendar, okay? Let's be serious. So this is going to be a very personal game, all right? Now, my question for the New York Jets coaching staff is, can you ensure that your team is prepared and focused, okay? Prepared and focused for the task at hand after you're coming off of a very emotional loss where you got robbed against the Kansas City Chiefs at home, okay? You're going from that situation, that environment, now you're going on the road to Denver. Can you make sure that your team is focused and emotionally ready for the task at hand so they don't leave that in the past? Don't let the Chiefs beat you twice. Don't let the referees beat you twice. Now you need to make sure that your head is in the game and you're ready to go from Denver. That's a big question, again, on the road. Jets coaches in the past have struggled with stuff like this. I'm wondering if Sulla can overcome what we've already been dealing with, okay, with that loss and everything that went with it with the Chiefs, okay? So that's a big question. My second big question is, you look at the Jets offense, can Zach Wilson put back-to-back performances together of a solid nature, okay? Listen, Zach looked unbelievable against the Chiefs. Whoa. Back shoulder throws, working well from the pocket, utilizing his feet to get outside the pocket, extending plays. He did so many great things in that game, right? Everything we've been talking about, all the flashes, he was able to put it together and have a very solid game. Zach Wilson even talked about, in practice, the momentum, the rhythm. He's been feeling that in practice since OTAs. But he was able to grab that out of practice and bring that into that live game. And it worked. Everything was just clicking and popping. Everything worked well, and everybody was doing their thing, and everybody was really having success offensively. We need to see that continue in this football game. Because let me tell you something. This Broncos defense is trash. I'm keeping it all the way real with you. It's trash. It's not good. The Broncos are 32nd against the run. I expect Breece Hall to have a big game in this game, especially since Sulla has recently came out as well and said that Breece Hall that the pitch count is done. He's not going to be on a pitch count. They're just going to let the young man do what he do. And it's crazy because Breece Hall has looked amazing, and he's looked like nothing's wrong with him. He's coming off of an ACL injury. You couldn't convince me of that because it looks like nothing happened to that guy. He's been running well since, he got cleared in the offseason up until now. He looks unbelievably good. So I expect him to really go off in this football game. And they're also 30th against the pass. Now, they do have Patrick Surtain II. He's a solid corner. But, man, Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Mecole Hardman, who needs to be utilized more within the offense, and Xavier Gipson should have a field day out there, man. I also want to see Nathaniel Hackett continue to utilize that 3 tight end look that we saw from time to time against the Chiefs. C.J. Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, Jeremy Ruckert, let those guys go out there, get the big bodies on the field, and let Zach Wilson find those guys. Throw it up, let them go up and get it, especially when we get into the red zone, man. Having that big catch radius, that big body, and that tight space, it'll work for you, man. And we've seen Zach Wilson continue to make it happen. So we should really have a solid day offensively against this Broncos defense. They even just recently got rid of Randy Gregory, who's supposed to be the guy really that was going to bring some pass rush there. So this Jets offense should have a good day. Now, you go over to the Jets defense, man. I'm wondering, can this Jets defense get some pressure on Russell Wilson? All right. Now, Russ has been very up and down there. You get pressure on Russell Wilson, it's going to turn into turnovers. We all know that. Now, keep in mind, we must be careful because Russ can still run. All right, I know people are going to be like, oh, Joe, listen, he can still move. Is this Russ when he was, young in his 20s? No, but he can still move. So let's be careful of that, and let's not get too crazy and overrush Russell Wilson. But you get pressure in his face, you bang him around, it's going to turn into turnovers, and that's what we need in this game. Now, I tell you what, man, you look at the Broncos wide receiving core, it's pretty darn good, all right? Pretty darn good. Jerry Jeudy, very solid, man. This guy's a really good route runner. Sutton, big body. We know he can go up and get the football. He's a solid wide receiver in this league as well. And then they got Mims, man. They got Mims. This is a solid core, okay? I'm a little concerned because the New York Jets secondary is a bit banged up right now. Brandon Echols, he's going to be out for the game. He's dealing with the injury. DJ Reed, he's in the concussion protocol currently. There's a good chance he's probably not going to play either. So the New York Jets are going to be down 2 corners, one of them being the guy that's supposed to be the starter on the opposite side of Sauce. Now, that's big because when you look at this Jets cornerback situation, who do you put on the other side of Sauce? Is it going to be Michael Carter II? He's more of like a nickel guy. He's on the inside, covering that team's 3rd wide receiver. If they don't do that, then they'll probably put Bryce Hall out there, I'm guessing, right? Anybody remember him? He was a guy that was a really good corner at one point. We drafted Sauce, we brought in DJ Reed, and then we just never heard from Bryce Hall again. We just never heard from him again. He was just kind of, he kind of got beat out for that number 1 corner spot, and then before you knew it, he was deactivated, and so on and so forth. So I don't know. Maybe he's the guy that gets to start on the opposite side. We will see, but it's going to be very interesting because whoever that guy is on the other side of Sauce, I guarantee you the Broncos are going to go after him. So it's going to be interesting. I'm a guess that it's going to be Bryce Hall. I'm a guess, okay? Also, we're getting Tony Adams back in the secondary. That man's fully healthy now. We get our starting free safety back, okay? So he's going to be, hopefully, playing it again. He's looking like he's full strength, ready to go. I think he was ready to go about Thursday. He was feeling great. So we're going to see what happens there. So it's exciting to get him back and into the fold within our secondary. So with that said, I am taking the New York Jets to beat the Denver Broncos in Denver 23-10. 23-10. I'm taking the Jets. I don't think this is going to be a pushover game. I don't think we're going to walk all over them. I know some Jets fans are feeling like that. I don't. I think it's going to be competitive, but I think at the end of the day, we take the W. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. Let's go back and forth. How are you folks feeling about this upcoming game against the Broncos? What are your thoughts about Zach Wilson? Do you think he'll get to put together those 2 solid back-to-back performances? What are your thoughts about the Jets defense? Do you think we'll get to Russell Wilson? Comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.